Beverage with Blipey.
That's me.
Welcome, lovers of beverage. Today we're going to talk about shrubs, not the trees and the vegetation outside, but we're going to talk about drinking shrubs. What is a drinking shrub? Well, it's basically a drinking vinegar, and that doesn't sound very good either, but they are actually fantastic. They're very versatile. They can be used in a lot of beverages, both cocktails and non-alcoholic beverages as well. And we're going to talk about how to make one, and I'm going to show you how to do that. A drinking shrub came about as a way to preserve fruit from the harvest, the end of the harvest. Before refrigeration, you couldn't save all of those peaches or strawberries or whatever it was you were picking. They'd just spoil. So you'd take the end of the harvest and you would preserve them in a vinegar. And now nobody wants to really drink vinegar, even if it has some fruit in it. So you would add sugar to it as well. So you'd have a mixture of fruit and vinegar and sugar, and it would stay for months that way if you kept it sealed in a sanitized jar, and you could enjoy that fruit all the way through the winter. Now, shrub is traditionally 1 part vinegar to 1 part sugar. Now, depending on what you want to do with it, you can fool around with that a little bit. I tend to put a little less sugar in mine because I like that bite of the vinegar, but you find the ratio that works best for you. I think in cocktails, that little bite is a pretty good thing. I enjoy it when I'm drinking. It's something that makes me want to go back to a drink over and over again. Now, my son Braden, he likes them a little more sugary. He puts his in lemonades and things like that. And you can do more of a 1-to-1 ratio with that and make people happier that have a little bit of a sweet tooth. Now, you can also use any kind of vinegar you want to make a shrub. I tend to use apple cider vinegar because white vinegar tastes terrible and nobody really wants to drink that. So apple cider vinegar, I think, is the way to go with your shrub. And I generally use baker's sugar, just fine granulated white sugar, because it's cheap. It's easy to use, and you're going to get most of your flavor from the things you add to the shrub. Anyway, so today we're going to do a strawberry dill shrub, and for that what you need is a bowl to macerate your strawberries in. You need some strawberries, and we have sugar, and a measuring cup for the strawberries so I know how much, and a little plastic wrap to wrap them up because we're going to throw them in the fridge for a little bit. For this, I'm going to use 1 cup of apple cider vinegar, and I am going to use 3/4 of a cup of baker's sugar, and also 3/4 of a cup or so of strawberries. Now, the strawberries you want to trim and quarter. So trim them off, quarter, until you get about 3/4 of a cup. All right, I have 3/4 of a cup of strawberries here. Actually, probably a little bit over that. That's fine. You want to go over, not under 3/4 of a cup. So make sure you get at least 3/4 of a cup. And I'm going to put them in this stainless mixing bowl here. And then I'm going to add the 3/4 cups of sugar to the bowl to macerate those. We're going to give that a little stir. I'm using my European style bar spoon here because after we give this a little stir, I am also going to crush these strawberry quarters lightly. And a European bar spoon has a little muddler on the back. It's actually not very good for muddling anything, but it is good for crushing sugar cubes and lightly bruising fruit. So we're going to use it for that. So just lightly mash them there until there's a little bit of juice from them that starts to come out of the strawberries. All right, we've got our strawberries wrapped. I'm going to stick them in the fridge. Do that for at least 6 hours. You can do it up to 12 hours if you would like. And then we're going to pull those out of the fridge and finish our shrub. So now we've got our strawberries out of the fridge. They've been macerating with the sugar. You can see that it's very, very liquidy in there. I mean, there's a whole bunch of sugar in there. So 1 cup of the vinegar. I'm just going to put that right here in the sauce pot. And we are going to add to that our mixture with the solids as well. So the sugar, all the liquid from the strawberries, and the solid strawberry quarters as well. We're going to put that right. Okay, we just stir that around. Make sure that heats up. We're going to do that over a medium, maybe a little higher than medium, just until the sugar dissolves. We don't want to bring this to a boil. So now we have all that sugar dissolved. We're going to take that off the heat, and we are going to get it into our jar with our funnel. Now that we have all of the strawberries and the liquid and the syrup and all the apple cider vinegar in there, we're going to add 2 heaping tablespoons of fresh dill. Now it looks like a lot of dill, and that's you get the tablespoon in there and you kind of press it a little bit, kind of like you're packing sugar. So it's really a lot of dill, 2 pressed tablespoons, and we're just going to add those straight to the jar. Give it a quick little stir. We're going to seal that up in our sanitized jar, and there we have our strawberry dill. Now we're going to put this in the fridge and let it sit there for at least 3 days. I usually go 4 or 5 days, but again, to taste. So start in about 3 days, open it up, take a little taster of it. If it's not quite ready, it should go back in the fridge. You really want a strawberry flavor that's big and bold and a juicy strawberry flavor, but also that packs that big dill punch. So the dill should be immediate when you taste the liquid. So big bold strawberries and immediate big dill flavor. And we're going to check that 3 or 4 days. We'll strain out all of the solids. So our strawberry dill shrub has been in the fridge for 4 days, a little over 4 days, and it's ready to go. So we need to take it out of this jar, strain the solids out of it, and put it in a brand new sterilized jar. So we've got that. We need just a strainer and our funnel, and we'll be done. So I'm going to strain with my big strainer here the solids out. Then from a secondary container, we're going to use our funnel with another fine mesh strainer just to make sure that our shrub is pretty clear. Get that in our new jar here. And that is ready to go into the fridge. So try this one at home. You can do the one exactly like this, or you can do any kind of fruit you'd like. Melons, blackberries, blueberries, oranges, limes, all kinds of things. Whatever you would want to do a shrub out of. Whatever flavor you like, you can probably do a shrub. And mash up your favorite herbs and spices with it as well. I often do my lime shrub with cilantro. Whatever you'd like to cook together, the flavors that you like when you cook, they can often go in your drinks as well. So that's a good place to start. And you can always use your shrubs in cocktails like I do, but it's great for those who don't drink either, or the kids. You can do them in sodas and teas. If you do sparkling water, you can add some to a sparkling water. It's a lot better than that stuff you get at the gas station. And you can also do it in punches and ginger beer and ginger ale, all sorts of things. So give it a try. And until next time, this is Beverage with Blipey.